The Westminster government has fired the starting gun on a ban on trail hunting. It's there in black and white in the Labour Party 2024 general election manifesto, to a backdrop of a little bit of red. And now Keir Starmer is making good, or bad, his promise. What he has missed is the number of people who own working dogs, even falcons and ferrets, who could be swept up in whatever ban he plans. While fox hunters have enthusiastically gone over to trail hunting, many hound sports in the UK, such as beagling and stag hunting, have not and cannot. You can still use a pack of beagles to hunt rabbits.
We need to preserve this for all the reasons stated. It is our heritage, but it's important for the animals that people in the city want to see. And I don't want to see a fat beagle on an extendable lead that's waddling around the city. I want to see 15 couple herring across the landscape. And okay, maybe those dogs are put down at 8, but they have 8 years of fantastic doing what a beagle's meant to do. 15 years of being overweight, overfed, bored out of their brain in the city is an animal welfare problem.
So Hunting Kind held a conference in London, in Westminster, to look at ways of dealing with this attack. One message of hope at the conference came out of the great news that the UK is to adopt the United Nations UNESCO idea of preserving what it calls intangible cultural heritage. What could be more heritagey than hunting with hounds, falcons, hawks, long dogs and ferrets?
This is something which communities and practitioners who are doing these activities can get their community and their activity inscribed, or to the first step is to be listed on the British Inventory of Living Heritage.
I believe in wildlife management and that it's the best way for conservation and sustainability in the countryside, and also freedom of people to be able to choose how they live their lives.
Because it's all starting up from zero, to help those communities, the DCMS has formed 11 community support hubs, which encompasses theatre, folklore, and many things. My task is to cover rural pursuit.
Most people are really interested in hunting and the history of it when they're exposed to it. But if they're not exposed, if they're not educated, then how are they ever going to know?
Farming, boating, field sports, equestrian, the Grand National, the whole bit, boat race.
And the Kennel Club here is very concerned about vulnerable native breeds. You know, I mean, it includes the Glenavon Marl Terrier, which Ireland have now made cultural heritage, but we can't stop there. We have to do something active about it. We can't wave a flag and just say, oh, this is our heritage, isn't that lovely? Because we're losing those breeds. There are very, very few of them. And if breeds don't have a job, they go.
These are all rural pursuits which are part of our British heritage. If I was fighting in the trenches and thinking about home, this is what I'd think about.
The conference attracted contributions from all over the world, including Denmark, where approval for hunting is at an all-time high. Niels Søndergaard explains why.
I think the main thing is that we are honest about what we are doing, and we actually invite the public to see what we are doing. And if there's something within the hunting that we're doing that we can't show the public, we should stop doing it. So we are coming out to schools, out everywhere where people are, and want to get more knowledge about the nature and hunting.
The aim of the conference was to give hunting people the vocabulary to argue in favour of hunting. David Renney's talk about animal welfare and hunting was especially compelling.
They do change their mind. I can tell you that I had this conversation with a neighbour recently. She's a friend of ours, we sing in a choir together. She's a vet. She's a small animal vet. And she told me she disagreed with hunting. And I told her why I thought it was a good thing. And she said to me, why is no one telling us these things?
I think just having a bit more confidence in our beliefs and in our community.
For organiser Ed Swales of Hunting Kind, it was a chance to bring together the people and the arguments that might not defeat a massive government majority committed to banning trail hunting, but will make it far, far harder if Starmer wants to ban lurchers, terriers, even gundogs as well.
It's exceeded all my expectations. I'm absolutely delighted because we made it bigger. Those speeches took the argument away from just mounted fox hunting, away from what the government's trying to target, and it broadened the mind. It brought in other very important questions from science, anthropology, law, politics, cultural heritage, particularly important. And I think that's what we need to do, just make the whole thing bigger, really get the case going. And this is ground zero. This is day one of the launch of what we could do.
A video of the whole conference is going up on the Hunting Kind YouTube channel over the next couple of weeks as they edit it. Link in the description below.